Hi, my name is Syazwannie binti Sajeni, student ID 2018890496, diploma in tourism management.
So, introduction for economy. Inflation is as the price of goods in an economy increase the buying power of an individual rupiah. Unemployment is the condition for one who is capable for working, actively seeking for work, but unable to find any work.
Background about Indonesia. As June 2022, Republic of Indonesia is a country in Southeast Asia between the Indian and Pacific Ocean with a maximum dimension from east to west of about 3,200 miles, which is 5,100 kilometers, and an extent from north to south of 1,100 miles, which is 1,800 kilometers. It shares a border with Malaysia in the northern part of Borneo and with Papua New Guinea in the center of New Guinea. Indonesia is composed of some 17,500 islands, of which more than 7,000 are uninhabited. Almost three-fourths of Indonesia area is embraced by Sumatra, Kalimantan, and Western New Guinea, Celebes, Java, and the Moluccas for most of the country's remaining area. It is the world's largest island country at 1,904,569 square kilometers. There are over 100 active volcanoes in Indonesia and 100 more that are considered extinct. They run in a crescent-shaped line along the outer margin of the country, through Sumatra and Java as far as Flores, then north through the Banda Sea to a junction with the volcanoes of northern Celebes. Indonesia is the world's most populous Muslim-majority country. Since 1998, when long-serving authoritarian ruler General Suharto stepped down, Indonesia's 262 million people have enjoyed a wide range of political freedoms, and participation in the political process is high. Joko Widodo, former businessman and governor of Jakarta, won a 5-year presidential term in 2014. Indonesia is the Southeast's largest economy. National income for Indonesia. Indonesia GNI per capita from 2019 to 2021 has increased and declined for each year. First, Indonesia GNI per capita income in million Indonesia rupiah for 2019 was 42.68 million rupiah, increase from 2018. Second, Indonesia GNI per capita income in million Indonesia rupiah for 2020 was 42.16 million rupiah, declined from 2019. Indonesia GNI per capita income in million Indonesia rupiah for 2021 was 46.1 million rupiah, increased from 2020, the previous year. In the year, Indonesia gross domestic product was around 1.06 trillion US dollar. Population of Indonesia. Indonesia ranks number 4, which is 279,000 million. 134,505 people in the list of countries and dependency by population. Indonesia population is equivalent to 3.51% of the total world population. Indonesia 2019 population is estimated at 270,000 million 625,568, a growth rate 1.10% increase from 2018. Indonesia 2020 population is estimated at 273,000 million 523,615, a growth rate 1.07% increase from 2019. Meanwhile, Indonesia 2021 population is estimated at 276,000 million 361,615, 783, a growth rate 1.04% increase from 2020. Indonesia national debt. In 2019, the national debt of Indonesia amounted to around 342,326 million US dollar, while gross domestic product GDP 30.56% and debt per capita 1,283. In 2020, the national debt of Indonesia amounted to around 421,427 million US dollar, while GDP 39.76% and debt per capita $1,560. Meanwhile, in 2021, the national debt of Indonesia amounted to around 507,972 million US dollar, while GDP 42.83% and the debt per capita 1,866. Public policy of Indonesia. The Indonesian government's strong public policy action to invest in its people and improve children's health and learning will transform the nation and ensure economic growth and productivity, as confirmed by findings from new World Bank research released today. Indonesia received a score 0.53 and ranks 87 out of the 157 countries included in the index. The Human Capital Index released at the WB-IMF annual meetings in Bali measure the amount of human capital that a children born today can expect to attain by age 18, given the quality and coverage of the health and education in the country they lives. The US $40.6 billion national strategy to accelerate stunting prevention, launched by the President of Indonesia in August 2017, will benefit 48 million pregnant mothers and children under 2 in the next 4 years. This investment is already improving Indonesian families' access to a package of quality key services from health and nutrition to education and sanitation, and is a part of a large national movement to reduce Indonesia's high stunting rates.
There are two traditional annual peaks of inflation in Indonesia. The December-January period always brings the higher prices due to Christmas and New Year celebration, while the traditional flood in January amid to a peak of a rainy season, those causing higher logistic costs. The second inflation peak comes in the July-August period. Inflationary pressure in these 2 months emerged as a result of the holiday period. During the second inflation peaks, a marked increase is detected in spending on the food and other consumables such as clothes, bags, shoes, accompanied by a retailer adjusting their price upward. Signs of an uptrend were confirmed by the country's statistics agency on 2020. It announced that the annualized inflation rate in January was 2.18%, the highest since May, with food, housing, and household equipment being the main drivers. In 2021, inflation only was 1.87%. Recovering consumer demand following the ease of COVID-19 restriction had pushed prices up as well. The government was trying to keep the situation under control by, among other things, making domestic energy prices, including petrol, affordable at home. Crude oil prices have jumped, but the Indonesian government has partially absorbed the increase in prices to ensure petrol remain affordable at home. Mr. Widodo has thus far been credited for curbing inflation primarily by intervening in the market and addressing inefficiency in logistics in the sprawling archipelago. Indonesian administration has issued no fewer than 12 regulations stipulating prices caps on food, which is a sensitive issue. Many in the country of 270 million people spend more than half of their expendable income on food, and runaway prices, if not addressed properly, could lead to political instability. The government also works to improve distribution in the country, build a total of 1,298 kilometers of toll roads in his first 5-year terms through 2019. In 2020, about 250 kilometers was built, and 2021 about 300 kilometers. Between 1978 and 2014, only 795 kilometers was built. Indonesian government said that it would allow orange growers in a village nearby to slash their transportation costs by 75%, making it easier for their product to compete with imports. What can I say that the government's main task in 2022 was to support economic recovery and improve the position of the annual state budget, which has been saddled with additional debt following the government's move on social assistance programs during the COVID-19 pandemic. Both moves are clearly aimed to raising revenue for 2022 budget, but would also add to inflationary pressure. To maintain volatile food inflation in the range of 4%, true effort is to strengthening the 4 pillars of strategy, which include price affordability, supply availability, smooth distribution, and effective communication. Implementation of this strategy is focused on reducing price disparity between time zones and between regions. Next, strengthening agriculture institutions accompanied by capacity building, financing, and development of digital agriculture ecosystem. Next, increasing the effectiveness of social protection program and the distribution of targeted subsidies in order to maintain the people purchasing power. And next, strengthening communications synergy to support the management of public expectation. Next and last, strengthening the coordination of central and regional government in controlling inflation through the National Coordinating Meeting on Inflation Control. My next point is unemployment and solution. In Indonesia, the percentage of the poor per September 2019 itself was 9.41% or 25.14 million people, although it had decreased with a percentage of 0.25%, the number of the poor was still very high. Is compared to the previous period, September 2018. Meanwhile, the rate of unemployment was categorized high. Per 2020, it is noted that the rate of unemployment in Indonesia was reached 7.41% of the whole Indonesian workforce. Although there has been a tendency of the decrease rate with the previous year, the numbers on unemployment in 2013 was still high. It was 7.3 million people. Meanwhile, the rate of unemployment during this pandemic surely increases significantly. Been seeing this percentage, the unemployment and poverty problems in Indonesia are still the causes of concern because Indonesia is a growing country and it has reached its optimal advancement era. There are still many poor and the unemployed. It will influence the national economy development. So, Indonesia economy still weak. It makes Indonesia cannot compete with other countries. In the long term, the effort to overcome the problems are: first, improving human resources quality through educational quality improvement; 2, removing any inhibiting regulation for individuals to attempt; 3, making an efficient, effective, easy and friendly bureaucracy. In the short term, the effort to overcome the problem in this pandemic are: first, distributing the direct cash assistance for the poor and unemployed person to improve their purchasing power and to trigger the economy. 2, providing remission or postponing credit payment to improve consumption and purchasing power. 3, creating a qualified job vacancies to encourage the workforce. 4th, providing capital and guidance to start, improve and broaden the business opportunity. 5, and last, intensify the existing program to prevent unemployment and poverty problems. No matter how the rate of unemployment and poverty is, there must be effort to prevent and manage them. Moreover, during this pandemic, even in which the economy runs slowly and causes the increased rate of unemployment, it will be later triggered an increased rate of poverty. This should be anticipated wisely. Serious effort considered and effective policy for either long-term or short-term are required. Thus, the problem could be suppressed and handled. Thank you.